What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome into another video where we're playing through this 5-5 World Cup with New Zealand. Today, taking on Sri Lanka in our fourth game. We are currently unbeaten, and we're going to look to go and try and keep it that way. Opening up with spin here today, because again, a lot of people have said, Cliffy, you got to bowl a bit more spin. So we're going to start off with Kane Williamson, and hopefully he can get us. I'm just actually trying to remember how to actually spin the ball, but hopefully he can get us some turn and potentially not go for too many runs, but we can't promise that. Before we do go and get any further, remember, guys, smash that like button, smash that thumbs up button. Let's aim for 50 likes on this video. If you are new, please do hit that subscribe. And a big bit of news, I guess, for returning subscribers. Today, potentially, I don't want to promise anything, but potentially at about midnight, 11 o'clock, 11:30 New Zealand time tonight, we could possibly have our first ever Don Bradman Cricket 17 video. So I'm very excited for that. Hope you guys are too. As I said, not promising anything, but if it does arrive here, it is due to get here by the courier, I think, later on. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully it does arrive in time. I'm working till about 9:30, so I'll probably just come home and do something there. But again, I do not want to promise anything because I don't want to go and disappoint people if the game doesn't arrive till tomorrow. But either way, we are going to have a Don Bradman video either, as I said, about midnight tonight or 7 PM, the normal upload time tomorrow. So it is very exciting times. I did actually watch a stream last night of, I think, Twisty. A few of you guys may know him, but he has got the game early, just so basically he can go and do a review and stuff like that. And it does seem to be quite cool, so really looking forward to it. That there is a nice catch. Saying that, though, just because this game is coming out, a lot of people have said, Cliffy, are you going to continue on, you know, with your Don Bradman 14 stuff? And the short answer is yes, I am still going to be doing Don Bradman Cricket 14. You know, it isn't going to go anywhere. It's still a game that I enjoy playing a lot. It's still a game that you guys like enjoying. That you guys like and enjoy watching, I should say. And it's still a game that I do enjoy playing. And there is still, I think, plenty left for me to do. You know, on Don Bradman Cricket 14. I can't even say my words this morning. I didn't really sleep well last night. I think just excitement, obviously, that the game potentially was coming out. And I just haven't been sleeping well lately as it is. So hopefully I can go and get out of that drain of thought. But oh my god, Trent Bolter's on fire. He's got Karuna Ratner, and he had, I think, Dilshan was opening up for them as well. So he's picked up a couple of wickets just like that. 2 wickets and 4 balls. So he's currently 2 for 1. And the left-handers just keep on coming, it seems, for the Sri Lankans. I think their top 4, 3 of them are left-handers. So, you know, that can prove sometimes difficult. I don't mind bowling to left-handers in this game now. I did used to hate it at the start. I think potentially because I am using a left armour as well, it does make a bit of a difference. It does change the angle up a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, that first ball was an absolute ripper from Trent Bolt. Caught probably at gully. And that's a good over from Bolt. Obviously, expensive first up from Williamson. But Bolt has come back, bowled very, very well. 2 for 3 off his 6th delivery. So we'll definitely take that. I'm going to stick with this pace balance 9. Because I think in this 5-5 game, it does work very well. It just seems to, you know, be attacking enough that players aren't going to go and just nudge singles. But if they go and take a risk, you know, they can go and look at getting some runs. And as you can see here, 2 dot balls, and all of a sudden things have changed around quite drastically. So good bit of fielding there. I'm not sure. I think that's possibly Wagner there backing up, and that's a good bit of backing up by him. But Southey again, dot balls. As I said, Williamson was expensive, but both Southey and Bolt, New Zealand's premier fast bowlers, have come back and have done a very good job actually at going and slowing down this run rate. It's looking as though it is going to be a fairly comfortable chase. I'm honestly sleep deprived. You can tell. I'm so tired, I can't even make out my words properly. Just imagine what I'm going to be like tomorrow. It's going to be even worse. And I think I'm going to go and try and qualify for foot champs after this as well. So I'm not sure if that probably is the best idea, but we're going to give it a go anyway. That fielder was on the other side, so Thuramani goes, takes that one for 4, his first boundary of the innings. Sri Lanka move into the 20s, but personally, I don't think that is enough. I don't think they've got enough runs on the board, especially when that one has gone and clipped the top of off stump, boys. So Southey joins the wicket party as well. He picks up Thuramani, as I said, for 6 off 6. And just a great bit of bowling, actually, to go and finish that up. So back to that topic that I was discussing, Don Bradman Cricket 14. It is still going to be here, and all my other series are still going to be here. By no stretch of the imagination am I going to go and get rid of them. Like, my career has almost 150 episodes to its name now. It's something that I couldn't just go and basically, you know, brush out to the side. Just say, see you later. You know, I've put and spent, I would say, close. The game has almost been out to 3 years, and I started that career mode, I think, on day 1. So I've spent almost 3 years of my time, not literally 3 years, but I've spent 3 years, you know, just going through that save and playing through that save. And I'm still only at, I think, like my 5th or 6th year. So it just shows you how much time I have actually gone and put into the game. You know, that's not something that I do want to go and throw away. And I mean, my career reborn, that was last night's video, still got a good amount of views. Betting career, you guys just seem to absolutely love. And I really enjoy doing betting career. So it's something that, again, I am going to look to go and carry on. So there's plenty of stuff still to come. Obviously, international cricket captain and cricket coach, they're still going to be going as well. But with Don Bradman coming out, you know, it is just going to be probably a lot less frequent than we have seen to date so far. So don't fear for all those guys who do love it, and all those guys who obviously do still have the game, because a lot of people have said, you know, like they don't have a next generation console. I think potentially that one there is possibly the impact. I personally think it is just out. I think the impact is just outside off. We'll have to see. Obviously, pitching outside off. The impact is outside off, so because of that, because he is playing a shot in the wickets, his umpire's call as well. So, had the impact been good, had the impact been a red light, it still would have been out because it's going on to clip the bails. But because the impact is outside the line of off stump, Sri Lanka's review has been successful. Still down as a dot ball though, so it still has only been just 1 run off these first 4. And there seems to be a bit of swing here today, which potentially for me could be a bit of a bad sign, because Kulasekara in the Sri Lankan side, obviously known for his seam bowling exploits, I would say. But that is a great over from Bracewell. If you remember back, we went for, was it 12 or 15 off our first over? I'm not 100% sure, but we went for either 12 or 15. Since then, in the next 3 overs, we have gone for either only 10 runs or 8 runs, which would be absolutely impressive in this game. It would make things... I honestly think it is this field. This field is so good. I think especially in 5-5, because, you know, you either come in and just absolutely smoke it, like we saw Karunaratne do. I think he was their top scorer, had 12. But came out, smoked a 6, smoked a 4, then went and got out. And it's one of those things that if you don't have your timing, which it doesn't look like Angelo Matthews does have here, he's faced out 5 dot balls, or you can't pierce the gap, then you are in for a bit of trouble. But just as I say that, he flicks that one off the pads. Not the greatest of balls to bowl from Wagner, and it has gone, got him off the mark, and moved Sri Lanka to 3 for 27 with just 3 balls left to go. So this has been, I must say, a fine bowling display from the Kiwis. Kane Williamson, I'm not too sure why I opened up with him, to be honest. I should have brought him in maybe in the 3rd or the 4th over. But that one there we will definitely take. Nice and cramped up on the pads. And a good throw from that man at fine leg. It leaves Sangakkara with the last ball. And Sri Lanka, they will be very disappointed with the score, 28. And that is actually under a run of ball. But they may... I was going to say they will pick up a boundary off the last ball. So that moves them up into the 30s. But still, the required run rate is just over 6 and over, just over 1 run. And as we can see, Williamson went for 12. So basically in the next 4 overs, we only went for 5 runs and over. Bracewell, very impressive. Trolt, oh my God, my words are all over the place. Trent Bolt, Trolt, it could be a new nickname for him. But the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 3. Off his 1 over, off his 6 balls. So we'll definitely take that. Herath into the attack now. And as I said, 33 needed off 30 balls. So we don't need to go and do anything really silly here. Just need to go and try and pick out the gaps. And that does seem to be a bit of an issue for us as well. I mean, that first ball from Herath, Latham, really in that hitting range, that cut range. He does love a cut, does Tommy Latham. But just couldn't quite pierce the field. So I'm hoping that that isn't going to be the case. But what we have seen in the last couple of episodes, remember against England as well, they were in a similar situation where we didn't need to go at a great rate of knots to start things off. We did towards the end, just because we were struggling a little bit, but it is really just trying to pierce that field. And that man, probably at a backward point, not at a conventional point, but a backward point, has had the ball hit to him twice in a row. But We are rotating the strike. We are picking up the singles. Left-right hand combination, that's exactly what you want to do. And it is coming off the bat quite nicely for these two. Saying that though, Harath has pitched it up quite full. A couple of full tosses in there as well. So it has been quite easy just to work it away when required. But hopefully we can try and, I was going to say, actually get something through. That one pushed a little wide, a little flatter from Harath, and he picks up a dot ball. So that is a win for the Sri Lankans there. Still, you know, I'm not too concerned. We did have a couple of bad overs, if you do remember. Well, not bad overs, but Sri Lanka had a couple of bad overs. Obviously, that one against Bracewell only went for 1 run. The one against Trent Bolt, they lost 2 wickets and only went for 3 runs. So we do just need to be careful. This is where I think we need to be the most careful, is against Kulasakara. Obviously, such a good component, such a good bowler, such a good swing and seam bowler. So experienced. I'm not sure if he's actually a part of the... What a shot from Tommy Latham. I did say he liked a cut. That one there, probably more of a square drive, but it has beaten that man inside the circle, and he will pick up 4. But Kulasakara, I'm not sure if he's actually part of the limited overs plans for the Sri Lankan side at present. I do know that Sri Lanka... Or one of the two. Sri Lanka are either touring South Africa or South Africa are touring Sri Lanka. One of the two. I did talk about that in yesterday's video, actually, with AB de Villiers announcing he is standing down from the South African Test captaincy. But we have now seen a change of the field. So deep backward point has gone back. And I think that means that a man on the leg side has been brought inside the ring. So if we get anything... I was going to say, on the pads, that one there is not the best example by any stretch of the imagination. But anything on the pads, if we can just go and run it fine and get enough pace on it, then it should be able to go and beat those men inside the circle. But it all does depend if we get anything. Tommy Latham and Guptill, I must say, not just Latham, but Guptill as well. Some of these shots they are hitting off the bat are absolutely racing away like you have not seen. So that is a good sign. It's a good sign that we are going and playing well. And something you don't see from Guptill too often is a nice cover drive. More of a guy who does like to play down the ground, but that is going to relieve a little bit more pressure. This is kind of a similar situation to us. Not in that first over, but... Well, actually, no, it is kind of like us in the first couple of overs. We did struggle against the first bowler. Also, Sri Lanka did struggle against the first bowler. No, they didn't. They excelled against the first bowler. They excelled against Kane Williamson, took him for 12 runs. Then Bolt came back, and he only went for 3. Now, similar thing has happened here. We've got the score up to 18 for none, and basically, we struggled against Harath, and we've gone and done well against the seamers. And as you can see, 15 off 18 is not the end of the world. It is very, very gettable. But we just can't seem to quite pierce that gap with Tommy Latham. He has hit some absolute clean shots to that man at point or backward point today, but just hasn't quite been able to dissect the hole that has been there. So we'll just keep going and try and get it. Guptill does manage to do that one though. I don't know how well he has timed that one though, just for a couple, but that's all we need. We just need a couple of runs. Remember, 15 off 18 at the start of this over. It would have gone down now to 12 off 16. So required run rate already down below a run a ball. And still 10 wickets left in hand. There are plenty of hitters left to come. Obviously, Kane Williamson in next. Ross Taylor, we saw what he could do in the last game. He was very destructive. I think potentially hit a 6, a 4, and a 6, I think, off the last... 3 of the last 4 balls of the game against England to allow us to pick up the win there. But... that one there has been played through. Bit of an appeal from Oranga, but I do not think that that has taken the edge. And they are going to decide whether they do use a review. They were very good with their review. The captain, Angelo Matthews, in their batting, given out LBW. I wouldn't say wrongfully. It wasn't a bad LBW decision whatsoever. But I thought as soon as it happened that, you know, it was going to be close. And Guptill, good bit of backing up there, goes and gets down the other end. But we're back in this situation where... if we hadn't taken Kulasakara for all those runs, I thought he was going to be the most difficult guy to face on the field today. But if we didn't take him for all those runs, that one there has gone and taken the edge. So Guptill goes for 11 off 6. Oranga gets his man, and New Zealand 1 down. Not the end of the world, though. King Kane coming in now, and hopefully he can steer his side home once again. So, again... not holding my breath. Agenta Mendes in now. We've seen the field. This is a tactic that we've seen in most 5-5 games. We've seen the field stay up. So, oh, you're joking! Sri Lankan team are on a hat-trick now. We've gone and played that one straight into the keeper's gloves from Tommy Latham. And Ross Taylor in now. So two new batsmen that both haven't faced a delivery yet, are in at the crease. And Agenta Mendes, the magician, the Sri Lankan magician when it comes to spin bowling, seems to have it pretty well sorted at the moment. That one there, cut away from Ross Taylor. We will come back for two. So that's a good bit of running and a good bit of play. It wasn't timed perfectly, but we don't need to do anything silly here. We don't need to go for the big shots yet. We still have 10 balls left, 8 runs required. So we just need to go at a run a ball. So anything that we can get and clip away off the hips like that there, that's a bonus. Basically, ones will do. If we get a 2, it just relieves a little bit of pressure off us, especially with King Kane coming in now. And we'll probably look to do the same. If we can get, because basically there's just that third slip and a backward point. So if we do get any width, we can just look at going and whipping it, well, not whipping it away, but guiding it away. And as long as you get past those 2 fielders, you're going to get at least 2, if not more. So we'll just continue to do this. Ross Taylor 3 off 2, Williamson 1 off 1. And that one there, see, again, a bit risky, but it has gone and eluded that man, and we will go and pick up 2. I was going to say if we don't get run out, because that was a pretty good throw actually, and Ross Taylor did seem to be a little bit slow between the wickets. But 4 off 7, so this is potentially going to go, well, it should go to the final over, unless we get something really good, like that big 4 ball there from Agenta Mendes, which has been run away fine by Ross Taylor. New Zealand pick up their 4th win of the tournament, 4 from 4. We will stay top, and Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson high fives in the middle to see us home. Guptill man of the match. Surely you got to give it to Trent Boult. For a guy who takes 2 for 3 in 1 over in a 5 over game, in a batsman's game, you got to give him the man of the match. Not a guy who had 11 off 7. That's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Cliffy, your King of Career Mode, signing out.